Hello! Today I'm taking this DIY Gallery Designer kit from Crayola that is $15 at Walmart, and I am trying to use it as a professional artist. So for $15 it comes with 4 pearlescent cream sticks, 4 paint markers, and these papers. So some are thin, almost like origami paper, and then others are thick like cardstock, and they're kind of like embossed and raised. And it honestly makes a really cool effect if we're being completely honest. So using these as intended actually comes out really nice. So here I'm just swatching on some of the paper that they were given. I just used the thin paper. It's the paint pens are almost like Poscas. You kind of just gotta pump them and then they're able to use. And then the cream sticks are almost like oil pastels, but they dissolve in water. And I noticed the supplies don't really work well together, and this is them with water. They don't, it's almost like they need to be used completely separately. Like, I almost don't understand why they're in a set together. But this is that raised kind of embossed paper, and I was just kind of going through, testing out the cream sticks, because since they dissolve in water, I really didn't want to just use a sketchbook page, because I knew it would transfer to the other side of the sketchbook page, and not only that, I didn't want to like mess up whatever piece was on the other side. So I finished that, and it's nice, it's pretty. I kind of just cut it into a little square and I glued it into the back of my sketchbook, so you can kind of see there. And then this is where I spray it with water to see exactly how it would react, and I just mess with it and it honestly just dissolves. So yeah, I just put it in the back of my sketchbook. You can see it transferred to the other side of the page a little bit. So I didn't want to put it on one of my regular sketchbook pages. I didn't want to kind of mess with it. And here I'm taking the paint pens, and I am about to try and figure out how to make a piece with these. So I thought they'd be like Poscas, but they don't like going over each other. You know when you let a Posca sit for like 5 minutes and it's not fully dry, and then you try to put another Posca over it and it becomes really like gooey? That's how this is, but after seconds. So it's really hard to cover a whole area, and I was just kind of experimenting here, and the white goes over the other colors like really nicely, and it looks really pretty, but it doesn't cover a large area very well, so I recommend kind of strictly using these as liners if you do get them. So I'm working on 2 little betta fish. One of them is really chunky, so I don't know if it's actually a betta fish or just an edited image or not, because, yeah, but one of them's definitely like one of those like PetSmart betta fish. So I don't know, I was just looking at a reference and trying to just use these because I knew I wanted to figure out a way to use the white paint pen, and I was gonna do a crow, but I could not get the crow's face right for the life of me, so I was like, a fish is kind of like pearlescent, so I'm gonna do a fish. And that's what I decided to do. And I saw these 2 betta fish and I was like, these are really kind of cute. So I was just kind of doing these, and you can see that it doesn't really like going over each other until it's completely dry. And covering a big area is difficult because you can't get like a smooth coverage, but I was able to work around it, and they also dry out like middle of using them, and you got to pump them like really often. Like if you've used Poscas, you can just kind of pump it a few times and then it works for a while. These you kind of continue to pump, but they're still really nice. They have like a very opaque color, and I do like how they look. And then this white thing is so cool. I don't even know what to call it. It says an iridescent color changer, and I honestly think it's really cool. So I went in trying to get some like effects with the color changer and get in like almost scales, but the line is so thick that you can't do the little like scale shape. So I just continued to do little dots and then go through with the black to kind of make the iridescent pop more. And I really like it. I mean, I think for $15, you get nice paper, you get nice supplies. They just don't exactly go together very well. So, I mean, I think it's worth your money. And I really do like it. It's just kind of hard to use in a bigger piece. So, this was kind of, it had areas where it's like a pain in the butt. Like in the fins, you can't really go over the lines while they're still even semi damp because they mix together and they are frustrating. But when it's all dry and then you go over it like this, it has a really cool effect and I honestly love it at the end. And I mean, it's not my best piece because I had a limited color palette, very thick lines, but it still turned out really cool. It's something that's like cool and fun and new and different. So, I mean, I'm not mad. And look at that shine. I love the shine in this. It's just so cool, like with the flash and then even in the sunlight when you like tilt it. So yeah, it has a really cool effect and I really enjoyed using these. And it came with a lot of supplies for just $15. So, thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a nice day.